Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? I saw the lights going down, so I wanted to make sure everybody was still with us and awake. Well, I'm honored, obviously, to be here and to be here with you in India and with this distinguished panel. I think we've already seen and heard some of the kinds of comments that are going to provoke us throughout the conference. It's a great group of people here. I've already run into a number of old friends. And I guess I should probably make a couple of comments in response to the remarks that were just made, having spent my career in the United States. I was joking with Heinz during the remarks that actually the United States is changing its law. Oftentimes, the United States is criticized for kind of doing what it wants to do and plunging forward in its own way. And so I was joking that in this instance, with the software protection, that we're actually conforming our law to the laws of other countries which have not protected software and business methods in the way that had been previously protected under the Federal Circuit jurisprudence. And my view on the Supreme Court decisions that have come up over the last half dozen years is not so much that the Supreme Court has changed the law in so many ways, but it has put its own imprimatur on the law in bringing it back to a more general approach to the issues that the courts are considering. And so while the Federal Circuit was formed in the early 80s to support the protection of patents and patentable subject matter and to have a whole new jurisprudence with cases and laws affecting that area, the Supreme Court, if you look in a more general fashion at what it's been doing, has gone back to the basics. In injunctions, you don't have a special rule. You have the rule of injunctions, and they apply to patent cases. In the rule of what kind of subject matter is eligible for patent protection, they go back to the basic principles that you can't protect ideas, that you protect the implementation of ideas. And then finally, as far as the Alice decision, as it's called, regarding the patentability of software and business methods, I would say that when that decision came out in the United States earlier last year, many people who, like I would say most of the people in this room, who want to see strong patent protection, were relieved in that the Supreme Court did not make a major change in the law. However, what we have seen and what's been reflected just now by the remarks here is that the lower courts are very tentatively going forward in terms of their views on patent protection and what's available for business methods and software. My expectation is that as those decisions that have come down and have questioned the patentability, the patent eligibility, that as those go back up to the Federal Circuit, that we're going to see many of those decisions